Hi, I'm Katrina Zawawi and welcome to my YouTube channel. So I've been on this detox for gluten for about 4 days now. This is my 4th day, and I can report that all down my arms and the other arm here, you can see all of this. That's detoxing. That's the gluten intolerance stuff coming out. And on my leg as well, I don't know if you can see it very well, it's not very clear, but you can see all that, yeah, and there. Yeah, and also my torso, and it's incredibly itchy and really horrible to be in my skin. When I have a shower, I don't want to feel myself, even though I have to wash myself, and it just feels awful. The best sort of clothing for me to wear right now is cotton, loose, no bra, loose clothing. I'm actually in India at the moment because of the lockdown, and that's where it all happened. I had problems with wheat intolerance, and I didn't realize I had problems with wheat intolerance. I was doing my 300 hours yoga teacher training, Kundalini yoga, and in the process I was eating a lot of chapatis. Initially I thought, okay, this is fine, I've done it before. I was away, I did my 200 hours in Dharamshala, and we were there for a month, and that seemed fine. I ate chapatis and dal every day. My skin was okay towards the end, then it started to get very dry and itchy, and by then we had left and I was back in Malaysia and my skin had recovered back in the tropics. But here in Rishikesh, it is actually humid. It's we're coming up to the monsoon season, so they say. We're still waiting for it, although there are times where it does get quite humid and you think it's going to rain and then it doesn't rain. So because of that, we have actually moved to, because we've been on lockdown, so we've been in Rishikesh for about 5 months now. So on the 5th month, we decided that, right, we can't stay in the ashram because A, the food was not agreeing with me, and B, well, most importantly actually, B, the accommodation was very hot, and I started suffering with skin issues. Like I thought it was eczema after the first month, and then I thought, okay, yeah, I need to just look after myself and sort out my diet, perhaps do a bit of juicing or something like that. And so I did a juice. Thankfully, the cafe next to the ashram was very kind, and they allowed me to do some juicing there. So it was just up to me to buy the ingredients. But this being Rishikesh and everything being on a very steep slope, uphill or downhill, the weird thing is I had to go downhill to go and buy the ingredients, and then I had to come uphill with the ingredients, and the ingredients are not very light. Lots of carrots, apples, celery, you name it, anything that you do, you have to have a detox to have a juice. So by the time I was doing this, I was coming up, I was sweating, my pores were opening, and I felt so itchy and really uncomfortable in my skin. I must say, back then my skin wasn't as bad as it is now, but I believe that this is down to a detox, so I think that's why it's behaving really badly right now. So I did my juicing, and then it was suggested to me that I should try some yogurt with turmeric, because yogurt here in India has a very calming effect, and the pH is balancing. So I tried that, and for the first few nights when I did it, I was able to sleep very well at night, so that was good. But apart from that, I'd been suffering with really hot feelings, having to shower in the middle of the night and stuff like that, and just the body just doesn't stop feeling itchy. I'm just grateful and very thankful that it hasn't gone to my face. But apart from that, it's just itchy everywhere. It's not nice to be in my skin right now. So now that I'm in this other place here, we've got air conditioning, and that's really, really wonderful. And the problem with coming here is that we obviously stopped our diet at the ashram, and stopping that was fine, but I didn't realize that gluten was something that was a trigger for me. I didn't know that that was an issue for my skin. So I didn't actually cut it out. And when I finished my juicing previously, the first thing I ate was a chapati, because I thought it's not spicy, so it should be fine. But it wasn't fine, and as soon as I ate a chapati after the 5 days of juicing, it all came out. And then on top of that, I had a pizza because I was just really wanting something different. We've been having chapati and dal every single day for about 5 months. So it was just nice to, find out that there's this pizza place that's open, and we thought, okay, let's go and grab some pizza. So, and then after that, I really flared up. It was very, very itchy. Still, I didn't realize then. It was only until we moved to these digs here, about 10 days ago, about nearly 2 weeks ago. So we've been here nearly 2 weeks. So we realized that then, because I'd been getting chai takeaway, because chai is their tea here, and it's seriously addictive. I loved it so much. So I used to have chai masala, which is the Indian. It's very spicy and fragrant tea, and it's really, really wonderful. And it's really hard to find a place that does it. So the best places that we know are in the town centre, and they obviously part of a bakery. So what do? Well, we'll get in the chai, we'll go and pick up a croissant, go and have a Danish, go and whatever, have all these breads and things. But on top of that, not knowing my condition, I was also eating cereal. Now, cereal is high in gluten and sugar. So I didn't know that. Although I've been using almond milk and walnut milk, still I was having the cereal. And that was enough to, cause me to have this intolerance. So my skin flared up more, and I was just wondering, well, I'm in an air-conditioned place, I'm keeping myself cool. What the hell is going on? Why am I still feeling this way, So I then decided to, went to see a friend of mine, and they helped me with some energy healing. And it was really good experience, because from the energy healing, I did some sound bowl healing and some vibrational work, and it was really, really good because it tapped into my childhood, and I was able to think back to when I was eating sandwiches and also going out with the family and having cereal for breakfast and just the usual things. And I remember then feeling that I used to get eczema as well as a kid, and especially during my teenage life, I thought it was down to stress and heat, which were a part of it, but I believe that diet is a big part of it too. I think that if you have a good diet, then you can probably manage the stress and the heat because of your diet. And so I had been on a detox before because I've done juicing, and I did juicing for a whole month, and that really cleared my system. And after that, I felt really like I didn't want to put anything in me that was naughty, So juicing was good, and that's what made me realize that I probably needed to detox. And so here I am on a gluten detox. And I tell you, it's not the easiest thing. They say that gluten is addictive, and it really is, because it stays in you. Emotionally, it stays in you. Physically, it stays in you. It manifests in different ways. If you've got sensitivity to skin, you pick up, you're easy allergic to stuff in the air, or even just contact allergies, then you're more likely to get sensitivity to skin relating to gluten. But also the way that it sits in your gut and it doesn't digest, that's really nasty. And because it doesn't digest, forms bacteria around it, so it's really, really, really awful. And apparently there's no nutritional content to it, so why am I poisoning myself? Makes no sense, right? So although all this stuff is in everything we pretty much eat, very itchy, in everything that we eat, it's it's in the end it's going to kill us, really, with autoimmune conditions, with all kinds of things. So it's wise to consider, if you are feeling like you're eating bread, and when you eat bread or anything gluten, even sauces, because a lot of sauces have got gluten in it, so even the sauces and stuff like that, you might want to consider having a gluten detox. And I'm not doing this with any doctor's recommendation. I've done a lot of research on my own. My partner's a nutritionist, and I'm just gonna try things out, diarize what I'm eating, and take out what doesn't work, because I did that before, and I just didn't think that gluten was an issue for me, because I had thought that I had to be vegetarian, because I thought it was the meat in the past, because I am vegetarian whilst in India, although now I'm vegan because I've given up the dairy because of the casein in it, and that's also addictive, as well as it can cause inflammation too, and obviously exacerbates skin issues and things like that. So that's where I am right now. So I'm on day 4. Day 4 is manageable in the sense that I can actually do this. I'm able to get up and walk about. Now yesterday, day 3, that was absolutely horrid. I was curled up in the bed. I didn't know if I was hot. I didn't know if I was cold. Literally having the shakes like as if I was coming off a heroin or something. It was absolutely, absolutely horrible. I've still got rashes all over me, which makes my skin so sensitive and so horrible to be in. And if I move around, I'm so aware of it. So loose clothing and just really taking care of myself. And as soon as I'm aware that I'm scratching, I've really got to stop, because I don't even know I'm doing it, and that obviously makes things worse. So that is this tricky thing for me, is the scratching, because I don't even know I'm doing it, and like I'm doing it now and I don't even know. So it's that's the issue. So day 4, trying to be gluten-free. What I'm doing today, I'm not even planning it. I'm just not eating much, actually, because I'm not very hungry, because every time I eat, my gut feels like as if there are holes in it. It's like it feels, I probably maybe got a leaky gut from eating the gluten, because the way that it sits in your gut, and it kind of puts cuts in the intestines. That's not good. So every time I eat, I feel very, very nauseated and kind of disgusted by the movement. So I'm drinking a lot of water. There's a juice bar just literally behind the hotel, and I'm going to be following a juicing program with them soon. Let's say in about a week's time from now, probably. I wanted to give this a whole 2 weeks to see how things go. My idea was to actually just cut out gluten and nothing else. But then, having done the research and seeing that gluten might not be the only cause, and gluten and casein, which is in dairy, is often connected. So I figured that, okay, I will cut both of them. But I didn't do that all at the same time. I started off with gluten, and the first day when I actually cut off gluten, I felt really good. I was like, yay, I'm doing something really positive for me. Second day, when I was actually in it and doing it, then my rashes started to come up. Third day, they really came, that was yesterday, and they really, really came, and all over. I'm just grateful it's not my face, but just all over. And today, here I am. So I will keep you posted every few days on this channel if you're watching. it's a difficult process and a difficult journey, and I think you have to stay strong mentally. I do a lot of meditation when I'm able to. Even with meditation, it's quite difficult, but I do find the some of the frequencies, sound frequency healing that are available on YouTube. They're quite helpful just to calm the mind, because the mind is the one thing that's controlling everything right now. Not so much the body, but the body is just there and it's itching, but it's the mind that then decides to put the hand there and scratch it. So, you know, my hands have had a hell of a lot of exercise. They've been scratching all night while I have been asleep. So, you know, it's nice that they get some fitness. I could do with some fitness. Anyway, so that's me, day 4. And if you have any questions, or if you want to talk to me about your gluten experience, gluten-free experience, or if you are thinking of doing gluten-free diet, then I would advise you to just slowly cut things out gradually. Because what I did was I just went like, that's it, I'm not taking any more gluten. And then the outcome is, ta-da! So, yeah, that's it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed or just found what I had to say informative anyway. So, see you soon. Namaste.